Let's hoping it gets start. All right, let's see if this fixes it. So far it's encoding. Oh, there we go. All right, let's see. Probably fixed it. Okay, so post that to Facebook. All right, so I have to post it to all the Facebook. All right. Okay. Let's post the event so everybody will know I messed up here. A little. All right, so let's see. New live stream page up. Live stream page is up. It went down earlier. Okay. All right, so let me post that to the events so everybody knows. All right, I think now we're back on track, I hope. All right, so let me say hello to you guys on the comment box, make sure that works. Yep, all right, that works. Okay, we're back to normal, I hope. I hope this works, so. Don't be afraid to ask the questions or ask any questions. But I'm hoping this 480p session will work. I just hope I don't get any drop frames. If it's drop frames and it keeps freezing, I think it's due to the YouTube servers. So I do apologize for that. So they will be doing maintenance on Monday around like 4 o'clock in the morning. So between 4 a.m. to like 4:45 a.m. So it's gonna be like 45 minutes. It's gonna be down for maintenance. So yeah, it looks like it froze again. Okay, there it goes. For some reason, my streams keeps on freezing for some reason. Now it could be it's not me. It's not my end. It's probably YouTube's end. So unfortunately, they have to get it fixed. So. I mean, worst case scenario, I'm gonna have to like live stream to Twitch instead of this website because it's got a lot of bug issues that need to get fixed. But so let's just say this is part 2 of my live Q&A thing. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Just post in the right-hand side of the live video feed, and we'll get things rolling. So I'll just re-edit the first one as like part 1, and then the live Q&A will be like part 2. So this will be part 2. Okay, so any questions or concerns will be very lovely. I'll be here if anybody needs anything or ask questions. It's like I wish I can like see who's watching, you know. It just says 2 watching now, but I don't know who's watching, you know. But who knows? I think I explained in part 1 of that live Q&A about my stories about New England Storm Chasers. I done like I showed you some of the videos, the some of the camera works that I have. So any questions will be good. It has to be. It could be anything about weather. It could be anything about uh, I don't know, anything about space weather too. I can cover about space, like some of the meteor showers or some of the asteroids that came close, or maybe some aurora borealis is happening. So like anything in weather, doesn't matter. You don't be afraid to ask. Um, as far as let's see, I don't know if what any other updates I have, but as far as I might have some special guests like later on in these live streams that I'll have. So who knows? I might have my buddy James Cinco come on maybe sometime soon, maybe later. He's the head of operations of New England Storm Chasers. We actually chased together for about 5 years. About 5 years. So it's been a long run actually, and we've been pretty busy chasing together. We actually chased in Maine, we chased in Vermont, we chased in New Hampshire, we actually chased in Connecticut once. So it was pretty good. Pretty good ride. But let's see. So if you guys don't have any questions, I'm gonna have to end the stream kind of early. So make sure you ask questions because I need to know if you guys have. It's supposed to be a live stream Q&A, so if you guys don't have any questions or anything like that, I'm gonna have to like end the stream early, and maybe do like I don't know, maybe a podcast or vlog or something. But so again, if you have questions, make sure you use the comment box on the right-hand side of the live stream page. Don't watch it on Facebook. Watch it on YouTube. Okay? If you watch it on YouTube, there will be a comment box on the right-hand side, and you'll actually get to ask questions. So make sure you watch it on YouTube, not Facebook. That way you can ask some questions. So I forgot to mention that. Like I said, if YouTube becomes problems, you know, live streaming, I'm gonna have to live stream on Twitch rather than live stream to this YouTube page. So so that'll be in the near future if it ever happens. But let's see. Let's check out the quality of the stream. I think the highest I can go is like 480p. Yeah. Turn off the annotations. But so yeah, if you have any questions, just holler away. Don't be afraid. I'm here. So yeah, the quality seems pretty good at 480p, so it's not too bad. Let's just let me check the drop frames actually. I don't know, it'll tell me that. Nope, no drop frames, so that's good news. So it seems to be working. So I rather stream at like 480p instead of 720p because of my computer, I guess. But yeah, actually it could be my computer. It could be my computer. That's why it's you know, the video keeps cutting in and out. So that could be the reason. But so yeah, if you guys have any questions, that's why it's a live stream Q&A. So please be active of just asking a lot of questions because I want to answer anything. So it's a live stream Q&A. So I mean, if nobody has any questions, I'm gonna have to end the stream early. So I guess I'll. When did you start being? I started being interested in weather. Oh man, it was a long time ago. I think it was in kindergarten, I believe. I actually met Al Caprillion. He was a my TV meteorologist. He actually visited my kindergarten class, and we actually he read a book called Lightning, Thunder, and Roll. That's the name of the book. I think it was by Reading Rainbow. If you ever known the company, it's a little kids books. Um, or actually, yeah, it was that. And it also was another book that I read. It was Tornado Alert, which is by Reading Rainbow. And actually, it was a book that got interested in me and weather. So, and Al Caprillion actually met me and said, if you're interested in weather, you can always pursue it. So, so I pursued in weather for the past. I've been very passionate about tornadoes. I actually like the history of the tornadoes, of actually when it happened and occurred. Actually, like the size of the tornadoes and the beauty of the tornadoes. And I actually watched like some of the Weather Channel videos I had. Those home video Weather Channel videos, and I had Target Tornado, Sky on Fire. I had Tornadoes 95, and actually I still have that video on on my computer that I actually had. So yeah, so that's how I got interested in weather, is by reading books and actually getting interested in the home videos of tornadoes. I actually saw like Raging Planet Tornado on the Travel. Was it? No, it was TLC. It was on TLC at the time. TLC used to broadcast weather events, and now Discovery Channel came along, and they actually now, because Discovery Channel used to do, like the wildlife, the history, and stuff like that, and mostly space stuff, and now they got into weather, and so they started broadcasting like dramatizations of tornado events and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, that's how I got into the weather, is by meeting Al Caprillion, which actually he works at a station in Derry. That's where I live, in Derry, New Hampshire. So I usually come and visit his office from time to time. So he actually is like 5 minutes down the road where he works from where I live. So basically I go and visit him from time to time. Um, so yeah, it was basically meeting Al Caprillion, reading the books, and that's how I got interested in weather. So, I don't know. Anyways, any more questions? Please feel free to ask. It could be anything about weather events to like how to record storms, how to take pictures of storms, how to forecast storms, like as a storm chaser's perspective, pretty much. So if you guys have any questions, please ask away in the comments box on the right-hand side. I'll check Twitter, I'll check Facebook, just in case anybody asks questions on there as well. So I'll double check that. Let's see. Check the notifications. Okay. All right. No questions so far on Facebook and Twitter, but let's see. Let's see what else we have. I guess I can talk about some of the actually I had some lightning stories I want to talk about. I actually almost got struck by lightning once, or actually a couple times. While I was chasing it with James Cinco in southern Vermont, we were chasing a supercell thunderstorm in Sullivan County, and we actually almost got struck by lightning. I think we were driving down Interstate 91 south, and then all of a sudden we got this lightning bolt that hit like at least 10 feet off the highway on the northbound lane. It actually hit at least 10 feet away from us, and the whole lights of the car dimmed, and it was like extremely loud, and was like, wow, that was the closest I ever experienced of lightning. But as far as being almost electrocuted by lightning, I actually was with my buddy Alan at the time. He was visiting me at the house, and we actually had a severe thunderstorm run through my house here in Derry, and this lightning bolt struck down literally down the street, and I think I felt a streamer actually hit very close to my house. I think a streamer hit my chimney. A streamer is a bolt. Basically, it's forks from the lightning bolt. I actually got hit by a streamer. The streamer hit the house, and I actually felt it. I actually felt my hair sticking up. So I actually pretty much almost got struck by lightning. So yeah, it was a pretty nasty experience. So that was what happened was is it was raining at the time when the before the lightning strike struck down the street. It was raining and downpouring, and all of a sudden it just stopped. Like everything just stopped. It froze. Like it was still quiet, no wind, nothing. And all of a sudden, boom! The lightning hit, and I was like, and my hairs just stood up on end. It was like, wow, that was super close. Um, so yeah, that was the closest I ever experienced of feeling lightning. And also another incident happened when I was chasing the Antrim storm in New Hampshire, and we chased I chased by myself. It was a golf ball size hailstorm in Antrim, New Hampshire. We actually I intercepted a storm there, and I was driving down. I think I was driving down south towards Bennington, New Hampshire, and I actually intercepted that storm, and that lightning bolt actually hit off to the side. I think it was literally like about 100 yards away from my vehicle, and actually hit a tree or some hill over there, and it actually, oh my God, it was super loud. It was like, wow, that was the closest I ever experienced lightning. So yeah, I usually get in the bear's cage for one of these storms. I actually get in the thick of it when I'm actually storm chasing. That's why it's called the bear's cage, you know, intercepting the hail core of the storm, and actually intercepting the tornado, the lightning bolts, everything. So pretty nasty storms. But so that's my stories on how I got close getting struck by lightning. So at least 3 times. But again, if you guys have any questions, just don't be afraid to ask in the comments box on the right-hand side. If you guys have any stories, if you want to explain any stories about your weather adventures, that'll be great. But I mean, I can get you guys to ask questions, like what you guys have opinions on the storms or supercells or anything like that. So let's see. I don't know if any weather events I can remember. Let's see. I mean, I experienced bow echo storms for quite a while. I remember a bow echo storm back of August, I believe. I actually got hit by the bow echo, like the northern tip where the strongest rotation was in the storm. And oh my God, I remember the actual like gust front. It was like very impressive the way it looked. Like the whole storm motion was rotating on itself, and it was absolutely crazy, absolutely nuts. And I thought a funnel was going to form in front of the gust front, but fortunately it didn't. But it actually was downpouring like crazy. There's a lot of lightning in the area, lots of wind. Oh, it's just absolutely nuts. Oh, I got to tell you about the story of Superstorm Sandy. I was actually in the middle of college, but when I got home, when the Superstorm Sandy hit, we actually had to cancel school because of it. And I remember we got the windy side of the hurricane, and I actually experienced 70-mile-an-hour winds. It's actually absolutely incredible, absolutely incredible. They actually, I remember the trees like toppled over on one side. I remember a willow tree actually down the street. The whole willow tree is blowing, and all of a sudden a 75-mile-an-hour wind gust hit, and the whole thing just like toppled over all at once. I'm like, whoa! So I actually got my raincoat. I actually went outside and took a picture of the downed tree. The whole tree got uprooted. It was actually incredible, absolutely incredible. So, oh man, it was just, it was insane. How about the perfect storm? The perfect storm didn't happen. Well, I was alive when it happened, but I was a little young when it happened. I think I was like 2 years old when it happened, or maybe three. Um, so I wouldn't remember, but I remember watching the video of the perfect storm, and yeah, that was what happened was is the hurricane was happening off the coast of the Gulf of Maine, and a cold front came down all at the same time, and it actually collided with each other, and it caused the perfect storm to happen. So imagine the low pressure system colliding with the cold front all at the same time. I couldn't imagine how this like the actual the water levels were absolutely high, incredible. Like a lot of sailors lost their lives out in the Gulf of Maine, so prayers for them. My thoughts go out to the families because that was a very nasty storm that year, and let me tell you, it was quite an experience. I mean, Superstorm Sandy was kind of like that, but if a cold front actually hit Superstorm Sandy, you know, I mean, you can't even imagine. You can't even imagine how intense would that have been. Um, do you remember the Oakfield, Wisconsin tornado in 1998? Just wondering if you remember that tornado. Do I remember the Wisconsin tornado? I do not remember that, but um, the most memorable tornadoes that I've experienced were pretty much um, like probably the most memorable ones I do remember, but I do not remember the Oakfield one. But if there are any YouTube videos out there, I'll go take a look at it. I might remember it, but I guess the most memorable ones I do remember are the Pampa, Texas tornado, which is the EF4 tornado that went through, where the cop actually recorded the tornado going across the railroad tracks. I don't know if you guys saw the videos on that. Um, if you guys seen that, that's actually there. So I also remember the Dimmitt, Texas tornado with the Doppler on wheels actually intercepted that tornado. I remember the Union City tornado of 1975 or 9, I think. It was in the 70s. I remember that. That was when the National Weather Service in Norman, Oklahoma, actually, or Union City, Oklahoma, I should say, actually saw the tornado from a distance and actually recorded it on radar. So that was a first, and actually had live video footage of it. I remember the Wichita Falls tornado of 1992. I believe no, was it 92? I think it was no, it was in the early 90s. I remember. I remember the Wichita Falls tornado. Actually across the road. So, did you chase that monster tornado last year? No, I did not. That El Reno tornado was actually that El Reno tornado was in Oklahoma. I was in New Hampshire when it happened, so I can't drive out there because it costs a lot of money, gas money to get out there. But I did see a lot of videos of it when the chasers actually chased out there. So. Again, I wasn't out there when I seen it, but if I did, I would have been like, I would have ran away from it because like having a 2.6 mile wide tornado is like just unimaginable, unimaginable. Um, I like it's very scary, even for me. With all the the years of experience I have in chasing chasing storms. Chasing tornadoes like that big, I mean, you have to have like balls of steel to go out and chase those things and intercept them. I mean, those are very scary to witness. And I'd rather chase small tornadoes than big ones, but so that's why I like to chase in New England. I actually like the storms in New England better because I like to see how storms influence upslope winds from the Green Mountains, the White Mountains, how the influence over the Lake Winnipesaukee actually influence from Massachusetts when they pass the Berkshire Mountains. So it's very interesting to see all supercells develop in New England. I'm very interested in chasing around this area. What do you view as the most dangerous part of chasing? The most dangerous part? The most dangerous part. driving in the storms, and also not paying attention to street laws, because you have to pay attention to street laws. Because if you don't pay attention while you're driving, while looking at the storm, basically you can get into accidents. Okay, because that's what happened to me one time when I was chasing in Connecticut. I actually was driving over a dam with my Dodge Durango. I was driving over, and all of a sudden my vehicle like cut a curve. I was actually taking a turn, and all of a sudden I lost control of my vehicle, and the whole thing fishtailed to the right-hand side. I lost control. It was sliding to the right, and I actually hit the guardrail, and past the guardrail is actually a 100-foot drop down into the dam. And luckily the guardrail saved my life, because if that guardrail wasn't there, I wouldn't have gone right over the edge, and I could have lost my life. So thank God that guardrail was there. And I mean, I only got my radiator was smashed, my bumper was smashed, and I was leaking some fluid. So it was I mean, it was a pretty nasty experience and scary. So again, safety is your #1 priority when you're chasing storms. Safety is your #1 priority. Always, always, always be safe. If you feel the storm is too dangerous from a distance, don't intercept it. Chase it from a distance. Look at it, look it from a distance away. Because if you're more experienced locating, like you have to have experience knowing the area. You got to have GPS. You got to know where the roads are, just in case you need to make a quick escape. Because I remember one time when I was intercepting a storm out in Lebanon, New Hampshire, and it was downpouring rain like crazy, and I had to lead convoy vehicles. I was actually the lead convoy, and I had to lead the vehicles to safety. So, and I had to use my hazards to lead the vehicles out into the safely. Traveling at least like 20 miles an hour on the highway. Lead them all to safety. So, and I led a big convoy of vehicles. So. That was a cool experience, actually. As a storm spotter myself, that's my job. That's my duty to do that. Luckily, again, I'm kind of again, the law says you can't go under 45 miles an hour on a highway, but at that moment in time, it's only when it's dangerous. You have to keep your vehicles at a slow pace, and then drive at a good mile per hour, at like around 20 or 30 miles an hour, so you can lead the vehicles to safety. Let's see, what was the best tornado you've seen in New England area? I never seen a tornado yet, or a funnel either. I never saw a water spout either, but if I ever did, I would say the best tornado to ever occur in New England was it was actually the Worcester tornado, a Worcester, Massachusetts tornado back in 1959. This was a long time ago. This is when my parents were at least 1 year old. But I think an EF4 tornado went through Worcester and destroyed so much in its path, and that was actually probably the worst tornado in New England history. Was the Worcester tornado in 1959. So I believe they had a 50th anniversary back in 2009. So yeah, it was a long time ago. So so I would say that was probably the best tornado in my lifetime. However, I would say the best tornado in New England was probably I would think the Spring, Massachusetts tornado back on June 1st of 2000, I would say 11 or 12. And yeah, I would say that was probably the best I've seen ever in my lifetime in New England. So, have I had any close calls with flash floods? I have once. I remember I hydroplaned. I was actually chasing a storm. Well, actually, I chased a storm on purpose, but or by accident, I should say. I was actually visiting James Cinco, the head of operations of New England Storm Chasers. I actually was going up towards Lindenville. I used to be a radio DJ at Linden State College. Um, so I was actually traveling up north on Interstate 93, and I was around just south of the Franconia Notch area, and I remember this storm that came over, and all of a sudden I just like hydroplaned for like 300 feet on the highway, going at least like 60 miles an hour, and it was a pretty scary experience. I lost all traction to my tires, and I couldn't have control of it, so I had to let the car slide on its own at 300 feet, and finally I got traction. So it was downpouring rain when it happened, but so so I had a pretty good wake-up call when I intercepted the storm. But I remember there was like a lot of lightning in the area, heavy downpours. There was some wind, but yeah, so it was a pretty scary experience. But as far as flash floods, I remember the major flood that we had in Derry, New Hampshire. It was actually snowing, and I remember I think it was back in March, but I forgot what year it was. But we had a major flood. I think it was in Hood Pond, or actually there was a pond out in the Hoodcroft Golf Course. Now I remember the whole entire golf course was underwater. It was like a lake developed in that area. Oh man, it was like really intense. The whole entire golf course was flooded over, and I remember there was a bridge out there covered with water. We had at least like, I don't know, like at least like 5 feet of water during this flood. So it was intense. It was a tense flooding area, a tense flood for that year. But so I usually get flooding in my basement, actually. Luckily, we pulled out the carpets so it won't get wet. But so yeah, so I didn't really, as far as like frequent, at least like a frequent flash flood or something that like a just out of the blue flash flood. No, but as far as flooding goes, yes, I experienced a lot of it and a lot of hydroplaning when I was storm chasing. So it can be dangerous out there. If you always got to stay safe and follow the speed limit, and chase safely. So let's see. I don't know if you guys have like any more questions about weather events to I don't know, anything about storm chasing and safety. Anything in general, doesn't matter. I got let's see. I could probably talk about some of the safety stuff for storm chasing. Do you remember the 2007 tornado? I think it hit the Deerfield, New Hampshire area. I could be wrong. Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was the Epsom. I think that was the Epsom, New Hampshire tornado. Yeah, I think the 2007 Deerfield one was the yeah, it was a microburst that happened. But I remember back in July of 2008, there was an Epsom, New Hampshire tornado. The Epsom, New Hampshire tornado happened in when I was in college, and I remember the tornado actually took a track. Now, from your point of view, it was actually like this. So the whole storm system was actually rotating like this, like a hurricane, and actually came up and was going up like this. So it was like a fishhook shape. So that's the tornado track of the Epsom, New Hampshire tornado. And one person, unfortunately, was killed during that tornado, and that was a pretty intense tornado for New Hampshire, at least. So that was probably the best tornado for New Hampshire as far as long track goes. But I remember I was in Keene, New Hampshire when the thunderstorms hit, and I was actually riding a bicycle, and I was going to the store, and I think it was I think it was like Walmart. Yeah, I was going to Walmart, and I remember the storm clouds on the horizon were so dark and blue. It looked like just I thought it looked like a tornado was about to hit. Um, but it was pretty scary to see. But I remember it happening, and it was pretty intense. Pretty intense. So I do remember. I think the Deerfield, New Hampshire tornado or microburst was back in 2007. I think that's the one that hit Deerfield. So we do have a lot of microbursts rather than tornadoes in New Hampshire. So there's a lot of it. So we can always debunk, um, debunk the even if there was a tornado in New Hampshire, it could be a microburst. Um, Josh asks, how close have you gotten to a funnel or tornado? I never seen a tornado or funnel ever. Not once. But I did intercept a golf ball sized hailstorm once. That was pretty scary to see, or actually witness it. I was inside my vehicle when I was driving, and all of a sudden I intercepted the actual bear's cage. That's what they technically call it, is the bear's cage, when you intercept the actual supercell itself, where the hail core was in the rain. And I actually intercepted, and there was like tons of golf balls like hitting my vehicle. It was like a shower, like a downpour of hailstones, and it was absolutely incredible experience. And surprisingly, I never got damage to my vehicle. I was very amazed. I never got damaged. So yeah, so that's quite an experience, but I never seen a funnel or tornado yet, unfortunately. But I will. I hope I can see one this year if I do ever get to see one. But who knows? Do you like the Torcon Index, the Weather Channel, or not? Actually, I do. You know why I like the Torcon Index? Because it's actually the one and only Dr. Greg Forbes. Dr. Greg Forbes is a legendary meteorologist. You know, the reason why I say this because Dr. Greg Forbes was studied under Dr. Theodore Fujita. Dr. Theodore Fujita was the creator of the Fujita scale, of the F scale of the tornadoes. So you want to, Dr. Greg Forbes is a legend when it comes to tornado forecasting. So I do agree his Torcon scale. If he agrees with like, that 1 to 3 Torcon to the 4 to like 6, 8 to 10 severe, I do agree with him. He's always right. He's always right on the money when it comes to tornado forecasting because he's an expert at it. And again, he studied under Dr. Theodore Fujita, so I have props for this guy. So I like his thinking in tornado forecasting. So, anyways, I got a new tweet. Oh, that's my thing. All right, new friend request. Sweet. So yeah, I do like as far as the Weather Channel goes, I don't like their shows on the Weather Channel. I have to disagree. I mean, I remember the Weather Channel back in the old days where they had, like, they used to have the just it's all 24/7 Weather Channel. That was it. That's all they did was forecast weather, and they had local on the 8s, and that's it. So I mean, I miss the Weather Channel, like the old Weather Channel, but I do like Weather Nation though. I do like Weather Nation. They had they have a 24/7 live streaming Weather Channel station. They have it like I think their headquarters is in Denver, Colorado. They have an office in Boston, I believe. So luckily, I can get the channel on Comcast. So they're actually a nice nice weather company. I really enjoy their forecasts. So they're pretty good. If you guys want to check them out, I think it's hold on, let me show you the I could post you the guys a link on the group page here. Let me check it out. It's weather. Let me copy this and paste it to the thing here so you guys can check them out. Let me go. Let me just do this. Oh, okay, never mind. I guess I can't post links. Oh well. Okay. If if you guys want to check out Weather Nation, it's weathernation.tv or weathernationtv.com. So if you guys want to check them out, that will be there. So 2000 and 2001. I think I was in yeah, I think I do remember that as well. I remember back in 2000 2001, I graduated. In 2000, I graduated elementary school. In 2001, I just started junior high. But during that year or years, I remember there was a thunderstorm. I was in the O'Neill Theaters in Londonderry. I remember looking up and I saw this severe thunderstorm. It was like absolutely incredible. The lightning was, intense. And I remember my dad's like, "Hey, get inside. The thunderstorm's happening." I'm like, "Okay, okay, I'm watching." So I remember there was like a lot of lightning in the area, and there was like, you know, lots of wind. I remember there was a lot of lightning and rain. It was absolutely incredible. So it was pretty intense, pretty intense. So, uh, so yeah, I need to get rid of this warning box. It's like in the way. Storm Stories was my favorite with Jim Cantori. So did you ever watch the Eleanor, Elrinor, the more tornado coverage on Weather Channel this year? I did very good job. Uh, yeah, I think they did pretty well with the Moore, Oklahoma tornado coverage and the El Reno as well. I remember I remember covering the live stream actually to that Moore, Oklahoma tornado. I think did I? I don't know if I did, but I can't remember. But I remember there was a Moore, Oklahoma tornado. I remember watching it on the I think it was the Channel 4 News out in Moore, Oklahoma. I remember Reed Timmer streaming it, and I remember they were covering the Moore, Oklahoma, and man, that tornado was big. It was massive. Uh, so yeah, it was they did an absolutely fantastic job. But I remember one meteorologist from Channel 4. Uh, they actually told like the residents to go down south when the tornado was approaching, like to take a car and go down south because this tornado was very like dangerous. To be honest, that's the worst idea ever because what happens is when people go on the roads, um, they clog up a lot of traffic. So that's the worst idea to ever do, is to tell people to get in their cars and then go down south for the tornado to happen. So absolute worst idea. The best thing to do is stay put into your home. If you're in a mobile home, you have to get out. But if you have a house, if it is a dangerous tornado, then I highly recommend to find somebody who has a tornado shelter or try to find a sturdier building because it's always the worst idea to, drive down south because the tornado would like it would be like a traffic jam nightmare and everybody would try to leave and the tornado could actually change direction and actually hit the vehicles all at once. So that is the absolute worst idea to ever happen. But is the Weather Channel stations DirecTV dropped recently and now replaced with Weather Nation? Yes. The Weather Channel recently, well, no, DirecTV dropped the Weather Channel morely because of contract issues. That's the only main reason why, the Weather Channel and DirecTV didn't collaborate with, their contract agreements. So DirecTV dropped the Weather Channel, and basically, pretty much, DirecTV picked up Weather Nation. So now Weather Nation is streamed on DirecTV, and also, I believe the local weather stations also stream on, of course, to DirecTV as well. Dish Network also streams the Weather Channel and Weather Nation, so it also streams both. I believe Comcast and Verizon Fios actually stream both the Weather Channel and Weather Nation as well, and the local news stations. So, so that's the main reason why between Weather Nation and, the Weather Channel and DirecTV, that's why there was some contract agreements, and that's why they had to drop the Weather Channel from DirecTV. So, thanks guys for all your questions. I'll just keep this running as long as I can. Um, who knows? I might run it for another hour if you guys have more questions. I'll be here all night. So, because I'll be doing these live Q&As mostly every weekend, so you guys will ask more questions if I didn't answer the right questions correctly. But who knows? I mean, I might have like some more podcast sessions. I might have uh, some more like vlog videos. Maybe some more like I might have some live stream weather coverage maybe in the future. If you guys would like to be a special guest to these live stream Q&As, all you have to do is log on to Skype, and I can add your Skype video to these broadcasts. And we can just like talk away and talk about weather discussions on the podcast to live Q&As. You're more welcome to join. Anybody can join, pretty much. Do you think people in your area take action during tornado warnings as much as they did 10 years ago? Oh yeah, they do. They do. Um, Actually, it's a little bit more scarier in this area to have tornado warnings. So if a tornado warning happens in our area, like our hair stand up on end. Like, okay, what's going on? Like, wait, there's a tornado warning? Yeah. So everybody, but we do get prepared. We do, we try to get flashlights, the radios, the cell phone, you name it, like extra batteries, food. Most likely we do have two-story houses over here because out in west sometimes they don't have basements. So over here we have basements down here. So just in case a tornado happens, we will be underground in our basements when it happens, and we'll have more like tornado shelters in our area. So so if there is a tornado warning, we'll be ready. We'll be ready when it happens. And same with severe thunderstorm. When we have severe thunderstorm warnings, we'll be more prepared to be prepared for the severe thunderstorm to hit, and we'll stay inside doors when it happens. But usually, when I saw like a couple people, when I was recording that severe thunderstorm back in September 12th of 2013, I remember people riding their motorcycles and people walking during a severe thunderstorm outside, walking in the middle of a thunderstorm. I was dumbfounded. Like, are these people like crazy? It's like, what? It's like, oh my God. I was like, it's basic weather 101, you know? When the severe thunderstorm hits and there's lightning in there, you gotta stay indoors. You gotta stay indoors. But it's their freedom. They can do whatever they want. I can't tell them that. But it's their own safety, so. At LSC, did you get to do the Vortex 2 chase? I know they allowed the undergraduates to participate. Unfortunately, I did not. I know a couple of my friends did. At least a couple of people I know did the Vortex 2 program. But unfortunately, I only spent the first year at Leiden State studying meteorology. And then I gave up the degree, unfortunately, after the first year because it was too math intuitive. Lots of math, by the way. If you guys are ever interested in meteorology, you got to study calculus. You have to study differential equations. You have to do a lot of physics. So it's all based on thermodynamics. It's a lot of math. So so that's what killed me, my meteorological career. So so I couldn't do the meteorology degree, but anyways, yes. So the Vortex 2 team actually, I remember back in the Discovery Channel there was Storm Chasers. There was a Storm Chasers episode where Sean Casey intercepted the Cheyenne, Wyoming tornado. I believe it was the Wyoming tornado. I think it was near Cheyenne, Wyoming, but or at least it was north of it. But Sean Casey actually intercepted the tornado there. Vortex 2 was on that tornado. I remember going to a Northeastern Storm Conference, and I remember Dr. Nolan Atkins, he's the advisor at the Vortex 2 team, and he actually, a couple students did a presentation on the Cheyenne, at the Wyoming tornado when Vortex 2 actually intercepted. So, they did. It was actually the greatest intercept in history, as far as like Vortex history. So, I think they did a great job. Is there an icon meteorologist you guys turn to during severe weather in your area? As far as severe weather in my area, I turn to Dr. Greg Forbes on the Weather Channel because he knows his stuff. I mean, he's a tornado expert and severe weather expert. So, for me, it's Dr. Greg Forbes. To some other people, it's Jim Cantori. For some local people in our area, we do I think it's Al Caprillion, I believe. And some people turn to the local meteorologists like Harvey Leonard from Channel 5 News. He's actually been around the business for a long time. I actually met with who do I meet? Dick. I remember meeting Dick from Channel 5, the old meteorologist from Channel 5 News. I remember meeting him at a southern New England Storm Conference. I remember meeting him. He was actually a really nice guy, and I met him with Al Caprillion as well. So they're really nice people. So, so I would turn to Dr. Greg Forbes, to be honest, on the Weather Channel because he knows his stuff. This may be a bit odd, but the next few months there's going to be a solar flare, potentially frying equipment and causing auroras. Would this be something you would research, being a meteorologist? Again, I'm not a meteorologist. I'm actually just a storm spotter, so I'm nowhere near a meteorologist. I'm just basically, like, I know basic weather 101. That's it. Like, as far as, like, forecasting, basic thunderstorm development, but that's about it. When it comes to, like, more into the advanced stuff and how storms form and, like, how does, like hurricanes form or anything like that, that's up to the meteorologist. But again, I know basic like thunderstorm development and all that stuff, and basic 101 stuff is pretty much what I know. But when it comes to like knowing the thermodynamics of weather, knowing how like thunder snow develops and stuff like that, that's up to the meteorologist. But again, with the solar flare potential, the reason why the solar flare destroys the equipment, it disrupts the equipment. So, which means radio frequencies will be down, and some satellite, frequencies will be down for I don't know. Depends how long it will be, but who knows? But who knows? As far as frying equipment goes, I'm probably not too sure. I mean, our satellites survived some of the solar flares, and the Aurora Borealis are very beautiful to see up north. So who knows? To better prepare yourself to get this meteorology degree, get going on math right now. If you want to do math, do it, because you need to be well good with math. Okay, especially with calculus. You have to do like I did pre-calculus first, so you have to make sure you're good with algebra. You got to make sure you go with geometry. You got to make sure you go with trigonometry. So practice with your math skills. I highly recommend to go on YouTube because they have a lot of tutorials on YouTube where you can actually do like pre-calculus. You can do calculus. So I highly recommend to get in front of the ball game and actually do some tutorials on YouTube to actually practice some of the calculus problems, because you're gonna have to cover a lot of stuff in that, and later on in school. So once you get ahead of the game and actually study on your own, it's always best to do that. So if you want to get prepared, start doing your classes now and do it now, and start practicing right now. Get your studying ahead of time. What is my favorite episode of Storm Chasers? Oh, Good question. My favorite episode would be I think. Oh man. I think my favorite episode was when Sean Casey actually intercepted his first tornado in Wyoming. That's the Vortex 2 tornado. Um, the same tornado that Vortex 2 intercepted. So I had to say that that was my favorite episode because I remember that was like very intense when Sean Casey intercepted that large like stovepipe tornado that hit his vehicle, the Tiv 2, and I remember the lightning, the like the telephone poles or the electrical poles came down across the road. It was like wow, it was a very intense storm, very intense. So so yeah, I would say oh yeah, Reed Timmer is always passionate about he's always passionate about weather. He's always been since actually if you actually see some of the TLC videos back in the old days, they had Reed Timmer. Um, Reed Timmer used to be the he actually recorded the EF5 tornado, the original May 3rd, 1999 tornado of Moore, Oklahoma. I remember he recorded underneath the overpass of that tornado, and that was the first ever tornado. Well, not the very first one, but that was the most intense tornado he probably ever intercepted in his life. But maybe something else. I remember, or maybe another tornado, in that matter of fact, for Reed. But I remember Reed actually intercepted a tornado um, with Tin Samaras was on the same tornado, and I remember the tornado came across and hit his Dominator, and the whole window blew out, and tons of shards of glass came across and then hit it right in his eye and cut his eye. I remember that episode. That was a pretty intense storm or tornado that hit his vehicle. Um, so yeah, that's another episode I liked. But like I said, you always got to be prepared when it comes to building a strong vehicle for it. Would you like to see Storm Chasers come back again? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Um, actually, if you guys look on, if you guys go to tvnweather.com, it's actually tvnweather.com. Retailer's doing a Tornado Chasers show on there. So if you guys want to check out that show, it's kind of sort of like Storm Chasers in a way, but it's mostly just Wheat Timmer. They had like special guests like Ginger Z, the meteorologist from the Today Show, and they had Jim Cantori from the Weather Channel as special guests, and they actually intercepted some tornadoes out there. Um, so yeah, so I'm hoping that Storm Chasers can come back, but probably not. But because again, they probably just cut the show, they canceled it. So so if you want to see, if you want to see like a Storm Chasers show, you're gonna have to go and watch. You're gonna have to go and watch the Tornado Chasers on tvnweather.com. Two Storm Chasers on the Weather Channel. Their first names are Drake and Simon, but forgot what the show was called. Oh, I believe that was Oh yeah, I remember. Was it I, I I don't know. I forgot the show too. I forgot the show name because I never watched it in a long time. But yeah, I do remember. I do remember the team used to doing that, and they actually, you know, they actually go into the storms and forecast the weather in there. So it looks like my stream went down again. Um, I don't know if it's going down, but looks like it went down again. Um, let's see. I don't know if the stream will come back up, but hold on, let me check. Oh crap, drop some frames again. Um, let's see. It's it's dropping frames. Okay. Uh, oh man. What the hell just happened?